still catch myself reaching for your hand in the quiet spaces where we used to stand. The coffee's getting cold on your side of the bed, and I'm replaying every word that we never said. The sunlight hits the floor in that same golden line, but it feels like a trespasser now that you're not mine. I'm a ghost in this hallway, a shadow on the wall, waiting for a footsteps and never seem to fall. I've memorized the silence, I've learned to breathe the ache, but there's only so much emptiness a heart can take. Now I'm screaming at the rafters, pleading with the sky, trying to find a reason or a better way to say goodbye. But the walls are getting thinner and the memories getting low. I'm just the hollow rhythm of a love that let me go. And every time I whisper, it's just a ghost I'm chasing through, the last dying echo of the name I gave to you. There's a photograph of us by the kitchen sink, where we look like the kind of forever people think would never turn to static, would never fade to gray. Before the I love you started drifting away. Now I look in the mirror and I don't see a face, just a map of the scars that I can't quite erase. It's not the way you left that's tearing me apart, it's the way you're still living in the corners of my heart. I wanna wash the windows, I wanna clear the air, but I'm terrified to look and find that nothing's there. If I stop saying your name, do you finally disappear? Or am I just a prisoner of the years we spent right Yeah, I'm screaming at the rafters, pleading with the sky, looking for a reason or a better way to say goodbye. But the walls are getting thinner and the memories getting low. I'm just the hollow rhythm of a love that let me go. And every time I whisper, it's just a ghost I'm chasing through, the last dying echo of the name I gave to you. The house is getting colder, the stars are turning blue. I'm losing the sound of us, I'm losing the thought of you, just an echo. The last echo. Of you. I walk past the cafe on 4th and Main, the one where we hid from the summer rain. The table's still there, but the chairs are apart, like the jagged lines of a broken heart. I see a couple laughing in the corner light, and for a second I forget you left last night. But then the sun shifts and the colors go cold, leaving me with a story I can't quite unfold. Silence is a thief, stealing every word we spoke, leaving nothing behind but this lingering smoke. I'm reaching for a hand that isn't there to hold, watching a fire turn to ashes and mold. Now we're just shadows of what we were, fading like a dream, a beautiful blur. I'm haunting the rooms where your laughter used to live, searching for a love you no longer have to give. Every heartbeat is a collision of pain, like a photograph left out in the pouring rain. Just a flicker in the dark, a ghost in the air, shadows of a love that's no longer there. There's a space in the closet where your jacket hung, and a song on the radio we never quite finished being sung. I keep the door open just in case you change your mind, but I'm just chasing a ghost that I'm forced to leave behind. The mirror shows a stranger with tired, hollow eyes, worn down by the weight of all our long goodbyes. Maybe we were destined to just be a spark, destined to lose our way in the deep of the dark. But how do I live with this version of me that only exists in a dead memory? I'm screaming at the walls, but they don't have a soul. I'm just a half-empty shell, trying to feel whole. Yeah, we're just shadows of what we were, fading like a dream, a beautiful blur. I'm haunting the rooms where your laughter used to live, searching for a love you no longer have to give. Every heartbeat is a collision of pain, like a photograph left out in the pouring rain. Just a flicker in the dark, a ghost in the air, shadows of a love that's no longer there, fading away like a single grain of sand. Just shadows of us. The refrigerator hums a low and lonely tune beneath the silver silence of a Tuesday afternoon. I pulled 2 plates from the cupboard by mistake, a habit from a life that I didn't mean to break. The steam rises up and then it starts to fade, just like every promise that we ever made. And now the kitchen table feels like a desert plain, and I'm just a traveler across from me is heavy with the ghost of the person that I think I'm gonna miss the most. I've got the radio on, drown out the sound of my own heart hitting the cold hard ground. No, now it's just half-eaten meals and half-empty wine, leftover heartache on the side of the line. I'm starving forward, I'm hungry for your grace, but I'm just staring at a hollow vacant space. The salt on the rim isn't from the glass, it's the tears I'm shedding as the hours pass. Yeah, it's a bitter taste when you're the only one left at the table when the love is done. I tried your favorite recipe, the one with too much spice. I thought the smell of memory might actually feel nice, but the first bite tasted like the day you walked away, like the cold gray morning of a permanent Sunday. I'm scraping the leftovers into the bin, wondering where the ending was supposed to begin. I'm cleaning the counter, I'm wiping the glass, waiting for this hunger for you to finally pass. Is there a place where the broken things go, where the candles stay lit and the embers still glow? Because I'm tired of cooking for a shadow in the hall, tired of the silence bouncing off the wall. I give every feast and every vintage vine just to have you. How was your day intertwined with mine? But it's just half-eaten meals and half-empty wine, leftover heartache on the side of the line. I'm starving for a word, I'm hungry for your grace, but I'm just staring at a hollow vacant space. The salt on the rim isn't from the glass, it's the tears I'm shedding as the hours pass. Yeah, it's a bitter taste when you're the only one left at the table when the love is done. The candles burned down, the wine's gone flat. I never thought we'd end up in a kitchen like that. Just one plate, just one chair, and the scent of you still hanging in the air. I found it tucked inside the glove box of my car, a folded piece of paper from when we didn't live this far. Your handwriting is shaky, blue ink on a coffee stain, tracing streets that lead me straight back to the pain. It says turn left at the oak tree and second house on the right. Before you were the person disappearing in the night. The ink is still vivid, the path is overgrown, and I'm standing at a doorstep I no longer own. I'm following the markers, chasing down the clues, but every mile I travel is another mile I lose. The compass is spinning, the North Star is gone, stale, empty air. The pencil marks on the door frame where we measured our height are hidden under shadows in the middle of the night. I thought if I follow the lines that you drew, I'd end up in the hallway, right back next to you. But the foundation is cracked and the roof's giving in, and I don't even know where the us should begin. But there's no X marks the spot where the heart used to be, just the sound of my footsteps on a dead-end street. I wanna tear up the paper, I wanna burn the trail, but it's the only thing left of a love that didn't fail, until it did, until you did. Yeah, I'm holding the map to a house you left behind, navigating wreckage in the corners of my mind. The windows are boarded, the garden is dead, and I'm living in the spaces of the things we never said. How do I go home when the walls have all moved? How do I find a love that we can't even prove? I'm just a stranger on a street that knows my name, with a map to a house that will never be the same. Folded up small, put it back in the dark. I'm still at the finish, but I'm looking for the start. The lights are all out, the key doesn't turn. It's just a map to a lesson I was never meant to learn. The house is gone, the map is wrong, you're gone. The street lamps humming low electrically, casting a long, jagged version of me. I'm standing on the pavement where we used to kiss, telling the pavement all the things that I miss. The sidewalk is cold and the moon is a bone, and I'm learning the weight of being this alone. I'm watching the dark stretch out from my feet like a ghost trying to find its way down the street. And I asked the silence where you might have gone, but the silence just waited for the break of the dawn. So I'm leaning in close to the shape on the ground, the only one left who doesn't make a sound. And I'm talking to my shadow, cause it's all I have left, a silhouette hollowed by a beautiful theft. It follows my lead, it moves when I move, but it can't feel the ache or the things I can't prove. I'm whispering secrets I meant for your ears, into a darkness that's fed by my fears. Yeah, I'm talking to my shadow, trying to pretend that I'm not just a man reaching the end. It mimics the way that I hold my own glass, watching the ghosts of our memories pass. I asked it if it remembers the light in your eyes, or if it's just weary of all our goodbyes. It doesn't talk back, it just clings to the floor like a dog waiting by a locked up door. I'm lonely enough to believe it can hear the sound of a heartbeat that's failing from fear. Sometimes it grows tall when the sun starts to set, like the giant-sized version of my own regret. And sometimes it's small, tucked under my heel, hiding from all of the things I still feel. But it never leaves, it never walks away. It's the only part of you that decided to stay. To my shadow, 'cause it's all I have left. A silhouette hollowed by a beautiful theft. It follows my lead, it moves when I move, but it can't feel the ache or the things I can't prove. I'm whispering secrets I meant for your ears, into a darkness that's fed by my fears. Yeah, I'm talking to my shadow, trying to pretend that I'm not just a man reaching the end. The sun's coming up, and I'm starting to fade. I'm losing the only connection we made. Don't go yet, wait for the night. I'm not ready to face the truth in the light. Just talking to my shadow, just me and